10 seconds remaining.
How we doing out there, everyone? Thank you very much for coming by. I want to go ahead and get us started this evening. I know we're diving in a little bit of midway into a draft right now, but my name is KotlGuy, and I'm here to bring you a fresh KotlGuyCast. That's right, KotlGuyCast this evening. The European Elite League. Got myself a ticket to the European Elite League, and I felt like I should go ahead and eavesdrop in here and, go ahead and speak my mind while these players play their games. So, with that said, we're going to go ahead and get things started right now. Please excuse me. I'm going to have an extra feature right here, a little bit of picture-in-picture action, if you will. You're going to see me cast this live because why not? I got to be faithful myself, got to be faithful to the Kotl way. So, let's go ahead. We're going to break down this draft right now. So, as you can see right off the bat, thank you very much, Mr. 6.79. Lich is now a first ban, first pick. And you can see at last 3 games I've casted now, Lich has been banned. Right off the bat, number 1. He is a powerhouse, a force to be reckoned with. I would not be surprised to see a near nerf on Lich already in the future. You get to deny a creep, sacrifice a creep, you get the experience. Very nice. Very nice. You get the experience and you deny your opponent the experience as well. So very strong mid lane solo hero. Very, very good. And following for the rest of the bands right there, you can see they have a Pugna and let's see, a Viper and a Queen of Pain. Also very good, strong mid lane heroes. A lot of mid lane bands happening here. And the picks so far laid off, we got a Naga Siren picked up first, which is also always, of course, a very, very strong pick. Naga Siren with that Song of the Siren. You can go ahead and set that up defensively or offensively. Very versatile tool. Always a great trick of the trade. And the Elder Titan as well made his way to the second pick round. And Visage, first pickup. Very, very common first pickup. Lots of tools in his belt. You got the gargoyles flying around, giving extra vision, versatile, extra stun, soul assumptions, excellent early game, very good, very versatile support hero, always a great and solid pickup as long as you got the player who can play him with authority. And then a Sand King was also picked up following that as well, another great support tier hero, and then Silencer and the Marana, and a very, very unfamiliar face in the competitive Dota scene. Bristleback has made an appearance in this game alongside good old Chen, who without a doubt will be playing in that jungle. That little delicious jungle this evening. That shall be fun. So, as I said right now, a lot of people I don't really know in this game. Nino, Dota, Garrison, Valerie. Unfortunately, I'm not too familiar with a lot of these players, but that's fine. We welcome them. We welcome them this evening, and you welcome them as well as you watch me cast this game. So, with that said, let's go ahead and ban out the Jakiro, which is kind of unique. Jakiro, one of those heroes you don't see very often in this new patch anymore, along with Alchemist. Alchemist, with his new nerf in 6.79, his ultimate, no longer gains bonus HP, which is kind of a big deal. Yes, his HP regen has been boosted, which is nice, but when you're playing these hardcore team games and you can synchronize the burst damage, that ain't gonna matter. That ain't gonna matter against that bonus HP is what you need. When you have HP regen, that won't matter when someone can burst you down. That's what I'm trying to say right there. My tongue was a little twisted, but I got it right there. Rounding out the bands is Clockwork, which is always a great versatile hero. Jumping in with the hook shot. Cogs, excellent off-lane hero. Not really someone you want to go against in the off-lane. He's, I would say, considered very, very top tier as far as the, off-lane side is concerned. And then Luna is finishing off the picks for the Dire side. Luna, a very, very strong, has made her way from lower mid-tier to, I would say, top tier now in this latest patch, being her new ability to have extra bounces between units. You can bounce to a barrack and back to the enemy and back to the barrack once again. That's just lovely. Extremely good. I would say Luna is the new Cancer. And when I say the new Cancer, I mean she's like the new Phantom Lancer. You know Phantom Lancer, you sneak him away, he gets that little bit of farm, and next thing you know, he's like a tumor in your base, just taking it all over because he's got those illusions everywhere. Very nice. But Luna now has similar tools. Quick DPS, as long as you get that good strong DPS, she can wipe out your base before you even know it. You're sitting there in your base and you got your nice home with your family. You're going to the you're going to the market to pick up some fresh tomatoes. You look back, your house, your friends, your toilet, it's all fucking gone because Luna has glazed her way through your whole city and village, and your zip code is about to change. All right, so we've jumped in the game right now, and I want to go ahead and I want to finish out the rest of the picks here, and I want to make the introduction. So what I'm going to do is you're going to have to apologize for my amateur actions here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this on free camera right now, and I'm going to drop this right here, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this hotkey right there, and we're going to see the last hits right off the bat because that's what's important. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to introduce your team, starting with the Radiant side. We have Valeria playing the Mirana, new, very popular off-lane hero. As you can see, heading her way top right now with that leap, with that arrow. You know, very elusive hero, very good to have in that off lane when you need to get in a difficult lane. She will find the farm. She will find it, she'll be elusive, and she'll get what she needs. So Mirana heading to the top lane, but we're going to start with the blue. Mr. Bucktop playing Visage, the extremely versatile, tricks of the trade. Visage always top tier, very great played hero. Shadow Fiend, of course, going to be in the mid lane, played by Grizzine. Very strong mid lane hero. High DPS, great burst. Going to try his best to shut down that other mid competition. And Sand King is also here. Sand King, played by Gasai Love XXXX. Well, that's quite a bit of a throwback from the name style right there. Looks like he's going to float around the mid lane, probably protect the rune in the top lane, but would not be surprised to see him head back towards the bottom here along with Visage and the Silencer. Silencer played by Nino Dodo. Silencer, always a great pickup, extra, well, obviously, silence, new global science, additional GPN permitted by this new patch. Could be a great farmer. Don't let him snowball control. He will swallow your team whole.
The battle begins.
Now on your Dire side, we have Bristleback, played by OSG Bignum. He's going to go ahead and take his business to the bottom lane. Interesting. Holy free holies!
It was ours all along.
My big amateur mistake right off the bat. I missed the first blood, and I apologize so deep for that. It looks like they picked up the haste fruit. She must have got a nice early arrow off with that. And the partner of the Sand King double stun action. There's not much you can do without your team there. So, unfortunately, it looks like poor little Chen here got picked off ahead of time. Alright, that Chen got through. Yeah, he did. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. This has already started. I know I'm supposed to introduce him. I'm going to make it real quick here. We got Naga Siren played by Heldakadota. Luna played by 323. Eating the stun right there, and there's the arrow. There's that double stun one more time. Boom. And she falls as well. Holy moly, this Radiant team is off to a fantastic start, especially this top lane. That's 2 kills right off the bat. Very, very nice. And, of course, the poor Capron playing Chen was the one to give up the first blood. That's pretty unfortunate right there, but he already has a creep. He already got a sentry ward down, and he's going to go ahead and counter that ward right off the bat, which is very nice. And if you're curious, by the way, Sports Defender says that LeBron James says Allen Iverson is pound for pound the best, but we don't care about that. We don't care about that right now. So let's get this game off the bat right here. And so the lane management as this goes, we have Luna going to go for the main farm. She's going to be babysat by Naga, and the Chen's going to be hanging around the jungle nearby to go ahead and play that extra security blanket. And Mirana and Sand King are going to duo up in this top lane. As long as she lands those arrows, or initiate a great stun by the Sand King, she'll follow up with an arrow, and then we'll have a great double stun action you've seen already. Middle lane is already going down. We got Nirok, played by the Elder Titan. He's going to go up against the Shadow Fiend. Great mid hero. Elder Titan now, one of the most versatile heroes in the game. You can play him as a support, you can play him as a middle, you can play him as whatever the heck you like. Bulba has shown in the past that Elder Titan is an excellent mid hero. Unfortunately though, he seems to be having a hard time. He is 7-2 against Shadow Fiend's 9-3, so he's only a little bit behind, but with that harassment of that Astral Spirit, you know, he'll hang in there as hard as he can. That was swell. Bottom lane, we got this Silencer working his bout. He's got the lead in the CS right now, 13-5. That ain't too bad. A little bit of consumables on hand, some couple GG branches. It's going to give them a little extra DPS to secure those last hits. But they're doing the best they can. They're going to bully this easy Bristleback out of the lane. Bristleback, don't know how well he can hold his own in this off lane by himself. It's going to be kind of tricky. I'm sure they're going to go for more stay alive and you win the lane kind of an ordeal. And just like that, we're going to proceed through the early game. Chen, nice double stack here, is going to go ahead and use this Wingling Ripper to go ahead and cast a little bit of a tornado action to get some early farm. Always a popular choice, but there we go. We got a stun off on 3, 2, 3. Running into a bit of trouble. Leap ahead. Gonna go for a few on attacks. The Starfall does fall. She's gonna get that last attack. She will not. Popping the salve. And the Luna's gonna go ahead and stay alive. Close, but no cigar. Unfortunate right there. Bottom lane, move back to Bristleback's trying to get the action going. It's gonna lay out those quills. A couple more quills. This Visage might make it. There goes the other quills, and the Visage does fall to quills. Will Visage get this last hit? Battle of Wits. There goes the last quill. Gonna get it? Yes, he does. You cannot underestimate the power of stacking quills. They will hit you up with that DPS, and well, it can be a bit unfamiliar for teams that have not played against a lot of Bristleback action, but you cannot underestimate the power of those quills, especially level 2? Yeah, oh, level 3 now, but I think they were level 2 at the time. Those quills can stack up pretty quick. We got the action here on the top lane. Mirana does fall. Looks like she was caught out of bounds and ensnared by the Naga. It's now a 3-on-1. Sand King manages to get the finish on the Chen, stunning his way out, and he will manage to escape. So, nice early action. Already 3-3 in a 4-minute game. Tie game right now. CS is leading by the Shadow Fiend, 22-23 to fucking 12. He's going to go ahead and stay very focused as hard as he can in the mid lane, but we already have a Elder Titan making his way to the top lane, going to try to catch out the Sand King. They do manage to get the Luna, does fall once again. Sand King does pay the price for it, but I don't know if it was worth it or not. It is very nice to get that Luna down. That hardcore DPS is falling already time after time. Let's see if I can go ahead and hit that right key to get that up there. Let's see.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's it. Nope. Okay, well, whatever. So, well, you know, look at this. The Luna, yep, 0 and 2. You know, that's not good. That's only going to make this early game process a lot harder for Luna. She's going to need to get her focus together, get a lot of those last hits, a lot of those CS to get things rolling. A little bit of action here. Bristleback choosing not to go with the vicious nasal goo. That slow helps. I'm a big advocate of getting level 1 nasal goo to get that slow. He's going to make the chase happen. He will pursue this. He is going for it. The quills are out. The blood is in his eyes. And he gets one more quill. And he does manage to get a killing spree. Very, very low. Salved a little too early and now unfortunately lost his salve. He's being chased. And here we go, Shadow Fiend. He sees it. He smells the blood. He's going to go for it. One Shadow Race is going to finish him off. A boom! He fakes it out, doesn't get it. He knows he's in trouble. He's going to try to get himself denied by the creeps, but it ain't going to happen. Shadow Fiend says, I saw ya, boy, and I'm going to get ya. And he does. Nice job, Shadow Fiend, picking up on that map sense, being aware when Visage is in trouble. It would have been nicer, though, if we had a TP backup, but it's okay. Shadow Fiend can use all the extra farm and gold he can get. Does pick that up, and we have a very high kill count game. 5-5 at 6 minutes. 10 kills. There goes the arrow. They're not going to fall for that. No one does. But the stun by Sand King does get them both. It's a 3-on-2 by the Radiant team, and here comes now going to make it even 3-on-3, but Shadow Fiend steps in. Now it's a 4-on-4. One more auto attack. The Shadow Fiend takes down the Chen, and they're going to follow on the Mirana very low. Manages to get the Starfall, and the Bristleback does fall, and Grazine gets a delicious double kill. And unfortunately, though, Sand King and Mirana paid the price. 7-7, 6-minute, 15-minute game. And my goodness, how am I going to keep up with all these kills? Lots of kills this game. My goodness. And now we disperse. So let's try to take this all in for a moment. Let's try to take this all in. Bristleback, at first I thought would have a lot of trouble in this off lane, but I do feel the Radiant team has underestimated the power of a Bristleback. If you hang around too long, you take too many of those quills, they will stack, and he will pursue you with that taking ability, especially holding that stout shield. And you may be caught too little too late, especially without boots. You will not be able to outrun the delicious quills of a Bristleback, and you will fall. Shadow Fiend, though, he's sitting very pretty, very happy right now. He's 3-0 already, and he's got this delicious mid lane farm going. He's going to farm up these new mid creeps. Formerly in the old patch, this was the small, lower, weak creep camp, but now you gotta do a little more effort as they've upgraded to mid creeps, but that's no problem for Grazine, the Shadow Fiend. He's gonna ball up a little bit and proceed to get some CS. We're seeing a lot of action here in the top lane. We got 4 Dire up here. They're gonna try to make a flank action on this Visage and Sand King. Elder Time with the Invis rune. He's gonna spot the Sand King. He's pushing a little too far. Does get the stun on Nugget. He's gonna finish him off. There goes the arrow. They do finish him off, but he might pay the price. Elder Time with the Astral Spirit. Nice moves by Mirana, leaping out of the way. There goes the Sandstorm to hide away. The Luna busts the ult right there. It's not enough. She's not getting the hit she needs, but they do manage to finish off the Mirana. A double kill by the Mirana. She will fall for her trouble. The Chen does step in, but then Grazine shows up with a TP and does manage to get redemption. Very back and forth. It still ends up being a 3-2 in favor of the Dire, but there goes the stun. The Chen is in trouble. There goes the big ol' epicenter, and he is going to finish off the Chen. And here comes Naga right back in the mix, but it's not going to be enough to help her former friend, the Chen. Oh my goodness. The action, I can't handle it. 8 minutes and 20 seconds into this game. It's 11-9. There's been 20 kills on the board, and there we go. Another kill for the Shadow Fiend as he takes down the Naga. Wow. Very nice. Very nice stuff. Bristleback, meantime, he's trying to enjoy all the solo farm he can bomb to try to tank up for his team. He's got to be the heart. He's got to be the heart, the fatness for his team, the saturated, marbling, delicious prime meat fat for his Dire team. And here we go. Mariah lays out the ultimate. They got the invis advantage on this Luna. One more raise and she does fall. The arrow is not necessary. Grazine is now unstoppable, slitting on a delicious 6-0 for a Shadow Fiend. He's going to snowball very quickly. We are now reaching the 9-minute mark. 13-9 in favor for the Radiant squad, and this Shadow Fiend sitting on a delicious 44-14 CS. He's sitting pretty and very happy. The gold, about 25 to 3,000 advantage for the Dire team, and the XP a little about the same, about 4,000 EXP lead. The Dire has a little bit of a notch in the hat right now advantage. It's very nice. Alright, we're going to try to get things a little more mellow. We got to get some farm going, but both these teams, they are out for blood. The kills are stacking. 20 kills in less than 10 minutes. Quite a mouthful. Very, very hard for someone like me to keep up with all the action by myself, but I'm going to do the best I can for you folks. Once again, my name is KotlGuy. Make sure you follow twitch.tv/KotlGuy to get more action like this. And we're going to break down the list out here. Like I said before, the Shadow Fiend, he's already picked up a Sasha. Looks like he's going to go for a little bit of an unorthodox build. Doesn't feel necessary to go straight for BKB or any sort of defensive item. He might go straight for Manta style right there. Silencer, played by Mr. Nino Dodo himself. He's sitting on a nice 44-15 CS, second place, but his same team, the Radiant squad, he's picked up his power treads. And Luna for the Dire team is the third in line, well, now fourth in line, 34-17. He's got his Basilisk and power treads, and of course Marana. She's got 35-2, a little bit of back and forth action between her and Luna, but she's got her phase boots already, so she's not doing too bad. And Dignam is finaling out the 5th position with his urn and a little bit more of a power belt. Might be going for a Sage, I don't know, maybe Network, but it's been nice and buff. A little bit of action here. Astral Spirit, the stun is on blue. The Visage does fall. He seems to be caught by the Astral Spirit. And a bit of a taking a snooze.
Dire's top tower is
so a nice
attack.
little pick up there by the Dire squad, making it a 13-10. Still in advantage for the Radiant team. Brigham smells Silencer blood, but the TPs are out. He might be trapped. He doesn't have a TP. Oh, yes, he does. He's going to try to go for the TP. They're going to find it. The Sand King goes to the wrong side, but puts it around and gets the stun on him. Very nice job. Last second awareness to get the stun off. Lays off the Sandstorm to finish off those creeps. And unable to get anything, Bristleback just a little too greedy, and the team awareness was there to get the TPs. Luna's in a bit of trouble. She does cast the Eclipse, but no good communication as Naga casts a song at the same time. She's forced to cancel, so the Eclipse is wasted. And now we're back to 0-0 as the both teams separate. Miscommunication by the Dire team. That's unfortunate. There goes the arrow. Will it land? Pass it through. No, it does not, unfortunately. So a bit of a miscommunication for the Dire team and a little bit of extra communication by the Radiant team, managing to get their team together the bottom lane to help their Silencer and lead. He does manage to live. I think he lived. Yeah, he might have lived. But the Bristleback was just caught a little too far, and unfortunately the Sand King managed to spot him at the last moment and stun him. And we're back to Scoop 1. Shadow Fiend still sitting on the top. Nice 72-14 lead. He's got his bottle and his Sasha. And as you can see, the net worths, obviously, Shadow Fiend sitting on the top, 71-65. It's looking pretty nice right now for the Radiant squad. Their gold graph says about a little over 5k gold advantage for them. Luna gonna try to make the best of itself up, and we'll continue to farm the jungle with a bit of bodyguard work by the Naga there, but a little too clump action. A little bit worrisome for the Dire squad. And we're going to have a little bit of mobility here. Brana is got her ultimate on cooldown. She did manage to pick up her Blade of Alacrity. Might be going for a defusal. The arrow hits nothing. And they might look to push this tier 1 tower with only Elder Titan to defend. It might not be enough. We already have 4 Radiant people hanging around the area. This Elder Titan isn't really aware. We might get some action here. As this Sand King is smoked up and he's ready to hit him from the rear side. He might spot him out. Oh, but he does get caught a little too close for comfort. Is spotted out by the Elder Titan, and it looks like they will have to step back a bit. The Naga does get the ensnare. There goes the Outer Spirit. Already down to half-life. The stun's on Naga. There goes the Epicenter. It is go off. Naga will fall. The Chen creep is not able to stop it, and he does get the killing spree on the Naga. Very nice right there. There goes the Soul Assumption. The heal is out by Chen is enough to save him. He does bottle out on the way out. This Bristleback is looking for a little bit of love here. He's setting out the quills. There goes the ultimate by Shadow Fiend. He does fall asleep and does finally fall. And let me remind you, that bounty is very high in this patch. An excellent stun by the Sand King. Lays out the Sandstorm. This Luna will fall. The Soul Assumption flies out very low. This is very back and forth. The Mirage leaps in. Will chase down him. Does get the 1 auto attack. My goodness. Slight perk advantage for the Radiant team. Very back and forth though. The Shadow Fiend finally does fall. And I'm very curious to see here who took down the Shadow Fiend, because he gained a lot of bonus action there. I don't see it all. Alright, you gotta remember, in this latest 6.79 patch, when you kill someone with a high bounty, you get a lot of extra gold. Radiant, though, might be a little too far. They're trying to make a run for it. The Nasal Goo is out, and it is stacking. She is trying to run the best it can. And, oh, kill secured now as Naga lays out the Song of the Siren. There goes the Sounds, Sand King's right there to help out. Gets the double stun, and the Starfall manages to finish her out. Nice counter initiate. Bristleback is forced to retreat. Silencer is here to pay a visit, and oh, Chen, num num num, delicious arrow right to the face, and unfortunately does fall as well. The Radiant just seem to just get a little bit ahead in the game as far as these team fights. Just a little more enthusiasm, a little more team chemistry. And the extra disable doesn't hurt whatsoever. They're going to go ahead and take this tier 1 tower and proceed to scavenge the area for any additional pickups. Very nice job. A lot of action. 20-2 in favor for the Radiant side. At 15 minutes and 20 seconds, we have 32 kills. The Chen Minotaur eating up the arrow. And I don't know if we have yet to see any sort of silence as far as fighting is concerned. Very appropriate verbal action here by the Sand King. Man, oh man, action-packed as it is. Let's go ahead and take this brief moment of silence to look over the items. As you can see, Shadow Fiend actually went for a Sage and Yasha. Very unusual pickup, but did also manage to get a Helm of the Dominator. A little unorthodox, but he got it. Sand King did manage to pick up his Blink Dagger, which is always nice. And will help a lot. I bet after the big battle right there. Mana Boots. Silencer managed to pick up his Force Staff. And Sasha picked up by the Marana. Probably going to look to go for a Manta Style. The stun is off, though, on the Elder Titan. Will not be able to get his sleep off. It is just too much, too quick. 3 versus 1. A little too out, too far for the Elder Titan. The Chen does find the Visage, but will not make nothing of it. He might get pincered here. Here comes his friends. The Blinking by Sand King. There goes the stun. He will get caught. The auto attacks by Visage and hits by Sand King is just more than enough to finish him off right there. Very nice. Radiant Squad taking advantage and taking the upper hand in this game. They claim the jungle as their own. They're going to sweep through and look for anything they can. They are thirsty for some more blood. Bristleback, he's sitting on the bottom. He's trying to get what farm he can. He did manage to pick up his Vanguard to get a little more tanky. He's just hoping to stay alive in these fights and stack up the quills. That would be mighty nice, though. Luna around, she doesn't have much to her name. Is trying to build towards that BKB, managing to pick up her Ogre Club and Power Treads on Strength. She's trying to get all the taking as she can, because this Radiant team with all this disable, you're talking Silence, you're talking Sand King's Burrow Strike, you're talking Marana's Searing Arrow. It's a lot to take in all at once. And of course Shadow Fiend, he's sitting pretty with this extra DPS. He managed to finish the Sage and Yasha, like I said before, and he's bulking up pretty big right now with that double damage. They're going to look for a fight after they farm out this jungle. There goes the stun. The Astral Spirit does get the sleep on Marana, but without the rest of the team there, they can't make much of it. They take the tier 2. Radiant pushing forward, though. The stun is on Chen. There goes the sleep for defense. Ooh, misses with the arrow. Oh, nicely done. The Familiars by the Visage trying to hold them there a little longer, but it's not quite enough. The Radiant might look to push back here, maybe swing by Roche if they feel comfortable enough. We'll see. So as you can see, leading the net worth, the Shadow Fiend still doing very well. He's got the extra farm, the extra team chemistry to get him what he needs. He's managed to pick up a Hyperstone, and unfortunately, I missed the Sand King. Managed to pick up a kill on the Luna. The last hope for the Dire team being their true, strong, single core. I feel like a lot of games recently when I managed to watch, a lot of teams like to hold Luna as their lone core, which is very interesting. I feel like the Radiant's picked up on this. They managed to get a lot of kills on her early, and as you can see, Luna, played by 323, is sitting at a, unfortunately, pretty measly 3-6 record. Not going to be enough to really rile our team together. And with that said, the Radiant, they're going to go ahead and take this tier 2 tower uncontested. The arrow is out. Unfortunately, it's not going to hit anyone. And the Radiant will pull back with that said. But we got a little action here. Silencer is not going to be able to stop Elder Time from TPing out of middle. Trying to get their first tower here. Oh no, they did manage to get the bottom tier 1. My apologies there. But they're looking to get a little bit more. They need to get all the money they can to get themselves back in this game. And well, as you can see, Visage is scouting out the Roche pit. They might go ahead and try to sneak this in here. I'm not sure if the Raid might be aware of this or not. It doesn't look like they have any wards in the area. They might not be able to spot this out. Ra laying out the arrow, and it looks like they're going to get an uncontested Roche kill very quickly. And the Dire, little bit of like a lost boy syndrome. They don't really know what to do right here. They're getting bullied pretty hard here. The score is 23-12 in favor of your Radiant. About 20 minutes into the game, and you could say, and we can look at this graph here, that the Radiant sure have this one in their pocket. A little over 1,500 gold advantage for them. They're going to make a push for the middle right now. They're out for blood. They want to go right for the jugular. And with that said, Sand King gets a nice 2 set of stuns. They do manage to leap away and get the mech and the help from Chen. He does still have the Hand of God for a heal, but will they be able to stop the wrath of the Radiant team? Shadow Fiend's in there. They're going right for the tier 3. Chen doing what we can, but there's an arrow to stop the Chen creep. And they're going to do what they can to defend this.
Radiant's top tower.
Thanks to Astral Spirit, it's going to make it a little more difficult for this Radiant to push the hill, if you will. They're going to try to break the hill. They're going to try to get up on top right there to take that tier 3, but it might not be enough. With the extra DPS of the Quill Spray, the Naga Sleep, the Hand of God, and some Elder Titan disabled, they might not be able to break this hill right here. They're going to probably have to push back and look for a nice pickoff, but they're hanging out. They're going for it. Meanwhile, Luna, trying to be the dark horse for her team, trying to finish that BKB as best she can, might be forced to come back and defend. The Radiant's aware that it's only a 4 versus 5, but I don't think they can break this hill. I don't think they're going to be able to break this hill. Shadow Fiend also sitting with this nice double damage. They're going to look to take advantage of that and get a few hits in on that tier 3 tower. And there we go. Like I said, he's going for it. He is missing quite a bit sitting on the bottom of this hill, but nope, he's not looking to go for the sleep. Oh, he is now, but it's a little too late. Tries to make the fake, but does not choose to move him around. That's a bit odd. And we're at a bit of a stalemate here. Luna's trying to go ahead and pick up some jungle farm in the meantime. But I really don't think they're going to be able to push this hill. I mean, they're going to play this game going back and forth. They're going to peck out a little bit, but Sand King does get a nice stun. The Epicenter does manage to make it out. The Blade Mail's pop, but it will not retort enough damage. Will it though? The Hand of God with a nice heal. Visage does manage to fall, and they have defended this tier 3. They're looking to push forward. Luna's back, and she's got her BKB. There goes an excellent Naga Sleep. They're going to surround this Shadow Fiend. They're going to try to take him. Though Shadow Fiend, without that BKB, he's just going to try to get some auto attacks off. And he does manage to get the Chen. Takes a nuke and is making a run for it. The Elder Titan does get caught behind. They do manage to finish off the Shadow Fiend. The Elder Titan pushes forward and does manage to get himself away and bottle up. 2-for-1 exchange. Sand King steps in, gets the double stun, and pushes himself out of there. Moran trying to get to BS. They're trying to play a back and forth seesaw game right here. And Elder Titan coming in from behind. The Astral Spirit misses on the sleep right there. Gets silenced. And the Radiant, they need to get out of here. They've lost their big DPS and Shadow Fiend. They're going to need to back up. And they might understand that they're staying a little too long. If this Dire squad is smart, they might push on this. Sand King not done yet. Gets the stun, the Starfall, the Blade Mill triggers. And without his team being there, the Bristleback falls. There goes the ultimate Elder Time, but I don't think that hits anyone. And Mirana hanging out. Throws the arrow. It's not going to hit anyone. And Chen's looking to come in from behind. Going to plant a ward to get a little bit of rune vision. Does see the invisibility rune, but I don't think anyone's going to pick that up. And Luna's going to proceed to get what farm she can. So the Dire team manages to defend the hill, and they manage to pick up the Shadow Fiend, but I don't think it's enough. I think they should have capitalized on that situation a little better. I feel like as soon as they took out the Shadow Fiend, they should have came together a little harder. They should have pushed forward a little harder, and we're still at about the same as we were before at 15,000 rather, sorry, gold lead for the Radiant squad. And well, the Radiant team are still pretty uncontested as far as the lead goes. And Luna's gonna take her business back to the top lane. We're gonna go ahead and while the teams consider to take this moment to get some farm on, we're gonna gander over here at the items to see if any recent pickups. Of course, the Visage played by Bucktop managed to pick up his medallion, and looks like he'll be pushing forward for that Agnum Scepter. That third familiar always going to be extremely useful. Both Sage and Yasha picked up by, of course, Shadow Fiend, and now also picked up by the Mirana. Pretty unusual, but she does manage to get her Maelstrom as well. Looking to get to just some heavy DPS, quick attack action. So a little bit out of the norm, but seems to be working for him. They are making a move right here on this Bristleback. There goes the Epicenter. He's trying to do the best he can to retort all the damage with the Blade Mail. Will he get out of here? There goes the ultimate, but it's not enough to take out a beefy boy like Bristleback, and unfortunately he does manage to make it away. With a low Bristleback, they might go ahead and try to push forward. I don't think they'll be able to break the hill for this tier 3 though. They were not able to do it in mid lane, so I don't think they're going to be able to do it. They might just go ahead and stalemate their time a bit till the Roshan pops back up, and with that extra life they might try to push forward from there, but not able to take out the beefy Bristleback. Let's try to do what he can to get back in this game. Vanguard, Blade Mail, Urn. Elder Time did manage to pick up his push stick. And Nagasign playing the more hardcore support role, has a smoke and some wards. Mana Boots though picked up, and Luna. Well, Luna probably looking to go Manta style, I would assume. She really needs to get out what DPS she can for her team, being the only true single core carry for her team. So I would safely assume that she might go for a Manta. I don't think she'll also go for a Sage and Yasha. That'd be kind of interesting, but you know what? Who knows? Who knows what we see in this European Elite League game. Capron played by Chen. He's going to go ahead and get what farm he can. He did manage to get his mechanism, trying to go for that true support. Holding on to some wards. Better get those down. The vision is a bit lacking for the Dire team. And on the Radiant squad, Visage, like I said before, going for the Scepter. Shadow Fiend really hasn't picked up anything new recently. And just as I say that, in his back pocket managed to pull out an Assault Curios. Does manage to finish it off. An interesting pickup, a bit unorthodox, like I said before, for Shadow Fiend. But he does get the job done, and is, you know, just looking to further improve the extra DPS for a team. They're running a bit of a dual core lineup, him and his good sister Mirana here. It looks like Mirana's going Glass Cannon. Morbid Mask pickup. I'm not expecting a Helm of a Dominator pickup for Mirana here. I'm going to see a Mask of Madness. She's going to go for a true Glass Cannon build. Oh my goodness, it looks like Shadow Fiend managed to catch a Luna a little too far out past the pasture, away from her team. Does get picked off. Apologies for missing that right there. Nagasiren managed to get her push stick. And, well, still looking very nice here for the Radiant squad. Still sitting at about the same gold league. Chen does throw out the smoke, but it's more just to add extra mobility. I don't think they're looking to set anything up. They know Roshan's going to be coming up pretty soon. And I think with the momentum of picking up a nice Aegis and a Roshan kill, this Radiant team might look to push forward. Mirana, understanding she's in a bit of trouble, getting a lot of stacks from Nasal Good, is going to be forced to pop her ultimate right there to try to get away. And they don't have Dust to spot her. Chen not holding Dust either. Not a smart choice. When you were going against a Mirana who's got that kind of ultimate, you need to have the sentries, you need to have the Dust on hand, because they're going to look to set something up. Meanwhile, the split push is happening. Shadow Fiend getting caught up top. He's going to eat some stacks of Nasal Goo without any sort of Shadow Blade or way out. Going to be forced to pop the ult. The Elder Titan ult's going to hit really hard. Shadow Fiend's going to fall quick next to Eclipse. And here we go. Sand King in trouble. But they don't have the sentries on the Dust Storm. He's going to try to run. There goes the stun. He's going to get caught off guard. And Dire Team doing a nice job making the defense. Unfortunately, Radiant not able to split push too well on the bottom in the meantime. So, a little bit of an overconfidence, I'd like to say, by the Radiant team. They tried to make a two-man split push top, and when they got caught off guard, they were unable to defend themselves and get out on time. That's a bummer. It's a real bummer. So as you can see, it looks like Shadow Fiend's going to be going for more true hardcore DPS. Going to go for straight for Chrysalis to Daedalus, I would assume. But not choosing to go for BKB, not choosing to go for Shadow Blade, which is, well, you know, an interesting build. But the problem is, if you go out on your own, if you go out with only one friend and you get caught, you're not going to be able to do much to get out of that mess. Silencer, rather. Sorry with that. He's got double damage, trying to put a bit of harassment on Elder Titan, but he does manage to get away with that force staff. And I'm curious here. I'm curious to see. I feel like we're going to expect a very interesting battle at the Roshan Pit here in the near future. I feel like the Roshan Pit is going to determine the winner of this game. If the Radiant manage to get an easy Roshan kill in the Aegis, they're going to make the push for it, and they may manage to take this game. But if the Dire manage to get it ahead of them, or manage to sweep them, or manage to take it, we could be back to an even game. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to work out. But in the meantime, though, the Dire, they're sitting close. They want to make sure that if they get in any sort of scuttle, that they have the numbers. They know that the Radiant like to get, they are very eager, and if they split push, they will go alone. Now they're going to try to get an advancement rather for this top lane, this Mirana, but I don't know if they managed to pick up any sort of vision or detection, and they haven't. They have one over here, but that's not going to be enough. There we go. Visage has been caught up by that Chen creep, but not enough to take him down. And they're going to go ahead and just try to take control of this Dire jungle and take it away from them. Brigham's going to hang out nearby. He's going to try to get some quill stacks in. He knows that he has the taking power. He managed to pick up that BKB, so he can be in the mix. He can be in the heart of the fight, if you will. And the Dire team, they're going to hang together. They're going to try to hold this hill. They're going to try to defend. They're going to try to counter-initiate and then manage to push back and be back in this game. Chen's creep, unfortunately, getting caught, but he's very smart. He sends that creep right back to base. There goes to sleep. It does catch no one. And we're going to look for a nice initiate. Something that Sand King himself would be great for, but he has his business in the bottom lane. With that Blink Dagger, though, it would be pretty nice if he can get up in that mix. But I don't think he will. So you can see by the net worth, Shadow Fiend still sitting at the top, shortly followed by the Mirana. Then Bristleback, believe it or not, in the third. And finished out by Silencer. So, Radiant team holding 3 of the top 5 as far as net worth. Mirana's caught. She's forced to pop her ultimate. Do they have any sort of vision? They don't. So she's going to be able to get away free of charge. Interesting. You got to get that dust. You're going to have to get those sentries down, especially going against someone like Mirana. If she was... The Radiant team was smart enough to get together. They should be pretty aware right now that the Dire team doesn't have the detection they should, so they should be taking advantage of this Mirana ultimate and using it as an initiate to pick someone off and really push the hill. But meanwhile, they're going to do this split hook action. Chen forced to pop out the Hand of God to help her friend Luna. And Luna popping the BKB, it might be a bit early, pops out the Eclipse. Shadow Fiend popping the ult, but it's not going to be enough. Will he get the auto attacks on the Luna? They do finish each other off, and now they're pushing forward. It's still 4-on-4. Naga managing to push on the Silencer. There goes the Astral Spirit. Does get ensnared, pushes himself down the cliff. Does the TP. He will be able to get out of there. Very nice escape by the Silencer, and they do throw out the pause. Not sure if this is a legitimate pause or a taunting pause, but very interesting stuff. I really feel like both these teams kind of burst their load pretty quickly. Chen throwing out the hand of God. Don't know if it was necessary, but the Luna pushes forward, pops her BKB, and her and Shadow Fiend exchange true DPS and do manage to finish each other off. Then they try to swirl on the Silencer, but Silencer, very wary of that, pushes himself over the hill and gets a TP off, which is very smart. Very nice job. Now Roshan is back. Will the Dire team, taking the side of the Dire, know this? Yes, they do. Bristleback steps in there, and they might try to go for this quick Roshan kill, which could put them right back in this game. But meanwhile, Purple, Valerie and the Mirana can sense that they're going for the Roshan, is going for the split push top, and they don't seem to be contesting that, which is not nice. This Dire team is getting distracted and picked off on their own. Over here, the Sand King manages to finish off the Elder Titan. And all the meanwhile, Mirana is getting some action here on the top. She's going to look to get that top tier 3 tower. And there we go. Naga calls out the ult, but it's not enough. She's about to fall. There goes the urn for the life. One more auto attack by the Silencer does finish her off. And Silencer hunting down the Bristleback. There goes the stun. Bristleback, is he going to make it out of here? Is he tanky enough? Is he found enough? The late BKB pop in the urn charge. That's interesting, but we'll take it. Meanwhile, Mirana does manage to take out the tier 3, floats out the random arrow, and her team is here to help her take out, and they're going to get these top racks, no problem. So unfortunately, the lack of extra vision, the lack of TPs, the lack of mobility for the entire team is not going to help, in this Radiant squad have now claimed the top racks. Interesting stuff.
Dire's middle tower is
not looking too good. So with that said, 20k gold lead for the Radiant team. They seem to have this one in their pocket. Take the tier 3 middle as well, and now they'll go ahead and step back. And the Roshan is there. The right up easy pickings. This Shadow Fiend smells it. He's going to be heading there. The Radiant team is going to go for this Roshan, but will the Dire contest this as a last-ditch effort? I don't know. They have to be aware. They do have vision. Are they going to make a migration move towards the Roshan pit? Yes, they will. Naga sent in her illusion. She's going to spot it out. But the damage by Shadow Fiend going this damage build might be enough. Naga to see it. Will she cope for the last hit?
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Oh my goodness. Did I just see the Naga illusion finish off the Roshan? Yes, I did! Naga Illusions managed to get the last hit, but Shadow Fiend does claim the Aegis. That was pretty sweet. Very nice timing by the Naga with her illusions. Happens to say hello to a very low Roshan and get the last Riptide hit. But that doesn't matter because Grizzine on the Shadow Fiend holding the Aegis and the true gift. They're going to make a push here bottom lane going for the tier 3 tower. This might be the last stand for the Dire. And we'll see if they can defend it. 31-18, strong lead advantage. 20k gold lead for the Radiant squad. They own 4 of the top 5 top net worth. And Dire is going to need some serious help here to get back in the game. And they're looking for it in Luna, who's trying to split push. But one Mirana TP is already sending her back. So that push has already been thwarted. And I guess Radiant don't feel comfortable without her. And they're going to step back as well. I mean, not much else you could say about this game. The Radiant has just been getting the upper hand here with these team fights. It seems like the Dire have been getting caught off guard a little bit too much, and they just have too little to offer as far as offense. The Heaven's Halberd picked up by the Bristleback. Finally, the defensive item of the BKB picked up by the Shadow Fiend, and a little extra DPS. The Butterfly picked up by the Mirana, so this could be it. And Visage has stated has finished off his scepter, that along with illusions. He's got a little army of his own. Luna gonna try to make her way back to base. Just a Yasha, it's not gonna be enough, but pops the early eclipse to try to get herself back in the mix. 3 seconds so she can BKB ups now, but not needed anymore. They do manage to finish off the Visage, who's just a little too far without his team. The Radiant might be tempted to push back. Meanwhile, they've been split pushing bottom. The DPS laid out by Shadow Fiend. They're going to get this tier 3. The Sand King's there to contest it. Naga's not around to sleep and stop it, unfortunately. And they're going to get this bottom. No problem. little bit of miscommunication by the Dire team. They're not able to. They're not able to be there bombed and defended, unfortunately. So you may well see the end of this one right here. It looks like they're going to go ahead and get some easy rack sticks to this heavy DPS build. Naga going to try to set something up with that Song of the Siren. Last ditch effort. Last battle. BKB popped by Luna. They're going to go for some auto attacks, but it's not going to be enough damage. Shadow Fiend turns and takes him down. Thanks to the Blade Mail, the Bristleback does manage to take out the Aegis from Shadow Fiend, but it's not going to be enough. Stun laid out by Sand King. Does stun off the Bristleback, but he's running back right there. There goes Marana with the late Starfall. She takes herself back to the jungle and just get an arrow. Very nice, like there. And the leap out on Chen. This is going to be a good game. There's no way you can get around it right there. Radiant Squad overtake this game. They're going to take the top racks, move to the middle racks, and that's going to be it. This game is over. Well played by the Radiant Squad. I want to thank you all for tuning in right now. I am KotlGuy himself. And you can follow me here at twitch.tv/KotlGuy. You can also follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/KotlGuy. I want to thank you very much for tuning in right here. Very amateur to casting, but I know practice makes perfect, so I'm going to do what I can for you, and I appreciate any sort of criticism and critiques you may have for me. So I want to thank you very much, and I will be back as soon as I hop into a new game. And I want you to all take care, and remember to tell your mama you love her.